welcome to The Scoop. My name is Rachel Glickman, and I will be reporting the weekly news regarding the campaign. Starting on Monday, November 11th, the campaign began. Candidates Tori, Brian, Matt, Paige, and Ray all did a phenomenal job giving their acceptance speeches. The Scoop recognized that there seemed to be many recurring themes like further education, healthcare, renewable energy sources, and creation of newer jobs. But what separated them? Sam and I asked all the candidates why they think their party is unique. Tori answered by saying that they care about America and its future. Matt answered by saying they care more about people than they do about the future. Brian said that they aren't afraid to address tough issues. Paige answered by saying they believe their group has a very diverse mixture of views. And Ray said the way their cabinet works together assures the best quality for government for American people and the young generation. Later on, each party gave the class a poll asking their opinions and beliefs. It really seems as though each party cares for the people and the issues they are trying to resolve. Let's move on to the interviews with Sam. Hi, I'm Sam Keating, reporting The Scoop from Garnet Valley High School. Today I'm interviewing 5 candidates for running for president. My first candidate is Tori Tugarula from the Shooting Star Party. How are you, Tori?
Good, how are you, Sam?
Good. Today I'm going to ask you 4 questions. The first one is, how would you ensure that all students get the education they deserve?
To ensure students that they get the education they deserve, I would ensure that every public school would have extracurricular activities and that the cost of secondary education would be dropped significantly.
What is the most important issue facing the country today?
I think the most important issue America is facing today is health care and gun control.
What can solve the massive debt in America today?
To solve the massive debt in America today, I would say that we need to create more jobs so when people get paid, they go out and spend their money, which creates more jobs and puts more money back into the economy.
And what do you believe is the least important issue facing America today?
I don't think there is a least important issue in America today. I think that all issues are important so we can make America the best country it can be.
Well, thank you for your time and good luck.
Thank you for having me.
My next interview is with Brian German from the After Party. How are you today, Brian?
I'm doing quite well. And yourself?
Good. My first question is, what can be done to ensure that everyone deserves the education they need?
Well, in order to provide quality education for every American, no matter their age, we need to make financial aid readily available. Without readily available financial aid, we block out a large portion of the country from getting the education they deserve, which in turn will lock them off from getting a career that they can support their family with.
What do you believe is the most important issue facing America today?
I don't believe that there's one most important issue. I think that any issue facing this country is important, and we should not focus only on one issue or one specific topic, because that will distract us from what we're actually trying to do, which is make the country better as a whole.
How do you think we can solve the massive amount of debt in America?
I believe that the problem with debt relies mostly in our dependence on foreign nations, mostly China and our massive amount of debt that is owed to them. If we bring jobs back to America versus having them in other countries, we will be able to support our economy more efficiently than if we purchase and trade with other countries globally.
And what do you believe is the least important issue facing America?
Like I previously stated, I don't believe that any issue deserves to be classified as least important, but if I had to choose, I would most likely say the issue of healthcare. People are getting very upset and distraught over the fact that healthcare is in a rather chaotic state. But if we all just took a step back from it for a short time, I feel that we would be able to see the issue as it actually stands versus let our feelings cloud our judgment.
Well, that's all the questions I have for you today. Thank you for your time and have a good one.
You too. Thank you.
Our next interview is with Matt Godwin from the I Give a Care Party. How are you today, Matt?
Good, how are you?
Good. My first question for you is, how do you ensure that everyone receives the right education they need?
Education's a big problem in America. I feel like everybody needs to go to school and further their education with college. Therefore, colleges will be more financial aid, and everyone will have to complete high school education just to ensure that we have a better, smarter nation.
What do you think is the most important issue facing America today?
The most important issue would probably be the economy. We're in trillions of debt, and we need to get out of this financial crisis as soon as possible.
Well, how could you ensure to solve the massive debt in America?
We'll higher the taxes on bigger companies while reducing the taxes for smaller companies, and this overall would cut the taxes for Americans in general, therefore giving us more money to go out and spend.
And what do you believe is the least important issue facing America today?
Least important issue would probably be the death penalty or legalizing marijuana. Both they could do without, it's just what the people would like to see.
Well, that's all my questions for you today. Thank you for your time and have a good one.
And you too.
Next, I'm interviewing Paige Price from the Price is Right Party. How are you today, Paige?
I'm good. How are you?
My first question for you today is, what can be done to ensure that everyone receives the right education they need?
I think that first of all, we need to make sure that education is at an affordable price for everyone so that everyone can go. Because first of all, just going is the most important part. And then we definitely need to put more money into the schools so that we have like the technology and everything for the kids to have a good education, like for textbooks and everything. That's definitely what we need.
What do you believe is the most important issue facing America today?
I think probably the mixture of foreign affairs and the economy is both pretty bad right now. I know that we are not on the best terms with a lot of countries right now, and we definitely need to turn that around and get on everyone's good side again. We also have an economy problem where we're at a pretty low state. It's probably the second worst since the Great Depression, and to turn that around, we definitely need to create more jobs and get it turned again.
Well, how do you think we can solve the massive debt problem in America?
I think we need to make sure we create more jobs and that large businesses are giving jobs to people and smaller businesses are being creative. We just need jobs.
What do you think is the least important issue facing America today?
Probably none. Every issue is important to me. And I think we need to do that.
That's all the questions I have for you today. Thank you for your time and have a good one. Next interview is with Mike Roberts from the House Party. How are you, Mike?
I'm good, Sam. How you doing?
Good.
Good.
My first question for you today is, how can you ensure that everyone receives the education they need?
We can ensure that everyone will get the education they need by making college more affordable and making more scholarships available for students.
And what do you think is the most important issue facing the country today?
The most important issue is probably the economy. We need to fix that.
And what can be done to solve the massive debt in America?
We could, making more jobs would fix the debt and by people making more money to spend to put back in the economy to get us started again.
And what do you think is the least important issue facing America?
Least important issue is probably universal health care. We haven't had it ever, and it's really nothing that we need right now.
All right, well, thank you. That's all the
Thank
questions
you.
I have for you today.
Thanks.
Have a good one.
You too.
Finally, we have Ray Crozier from the Suit and Tie Party. How are you today?
I'm good, how are you?
Good. My first question for you is, what can be done to ensure that everyone deserves the education they need?
I believe that if we create more financial aid and make it more available to students, they can continue their education and go to college instead of having to end their education at high school level, because it's not always fair for people to have to stop and other people to go on.
What is the most important issue facing the country today?
I believe that the most important issue facing the country today is health care, because we have millions of Americans living without any health care insurance, and creating a more available insurance would benefit everyone in the United States.
What can we do to solve the massive amount of debt in America?
Primarily by bringing offshore companies to America so more people can buy American goods, and that will promote our economy instead of having offshore companies get the money.
What do you think is the least important issue facing America today?
I believe that the death penalty can take a back burner for right now. I feel as though many people believe that we should change it for right now. I feel that it can wait a little because what we're doing now is working.
Well, that's all the questions I have for you today. Thank you for your time and have
Thank
a good
you.
one.
You too.
That concludes all the interviews for today. I wish the best of luck to all the candidates, and now back to you, Rachel.
Thanks, Sam. All 5 candidates seem to answer the questions really well. Hopefully, we'll be able to see some posters and other things in the coming weeks. Seems like it will be a close election in the end. Good luck to all the parties. Thanks for watching The Scoop. My name is Rachel Glickman. Catch you next week.